Well, good morning, guys. As you can see, I'm a little bit cold. It's a little bit icicle this morning. Anyway, I'm starting on a new project today. Hopefully I'll get it finished today. As you see, we're cold and we're in the container. And we've got no heating in the container and we want something just to take the edge off it. So Carolyn, when she's working in here, it's not so cold. And also at night, it's not so cold either because it gets cold in this container. Anyway, let me spin you around. We don't want to use our electricity. So what we've done is we've bought an RV diesel heater. So there it is there. And I'm going to set it up inside here. What I'm doing now is I'm just drilling down through the holes for the exhaust and the air intake and the diesel line coming in. I've got my hole saw on my drill and drilling down through here, and once we've got through there, then I can set up the diesel heater, and hopefully that way we'll stop being cold in here, especially Carolyn in the morning and then us at night when we're watching the TV or YouTube. Hopefully it'll be up and running tonight, so we'll be warmer in here, which will be nice. Alright, so there we go. We've got the holes drilled now through to the floor. If I put the the backing plate on, it should fit perfectly. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect up the pipes that go onto here and send it and then connect this plate to here, which will then allow me to screw this into the floor. Okay, of course there was no real instructions for this. I've come to an impasse, but I think I'll work it out. Basically, I cut this out to match this, to go down through here, which once you sit on here, you got to fix these clips to the pipes to join on. If I do that, that means it's going to be sitting up off the floor, or this is going to be too hard to get through here because it won't go through there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this section out around here. That way it'll give me one big area I can work with, and I'll be able to fit the clamps on the other side of it without any trouble. I've looked at YouTube and most of them cut out a big hole around here. Being that I've already cut these ones out, I'm going to get the jigsaw and I'm just going to jigsaw around it and make a square hole. At least I'll be able to fix the brackets to it that way. So I'll get around it. It's just a bit fiddly. So there you go. I've just outline where I'm going to jigsaw. I'll just go out from here and cut around with the jigsaw to get this out. That'll give me the space I need to join the pipes and stuff up. Okay, so I've cut the hole and I've mounted the metal plate to the heater itself, and I've connected the fuel line. So what they give you a bit of rubber tubing, which I've cut out a bit extra over the top of the nipple, and then slid the fuel line down over it and put the clamps on it. Now what I'm going to do is put the exhaust pipe on and the air intake and clamp that as well and push it down through the hole, and I can work outside to connect it. And I've also pushed through the cable for the fuel pump through here. So you've got to do that before you connect this base on. We've got the inside heater installed, screwed down, cable going through. Going to put the vent on, get that finished off, then we'll go outside and do the rest of it. Alright, so we had to install the fuel nipple into the fuel tank. We've drilled a, what size was it, 8mm?
10mm.
10mm hole through, and we used some tyre wire to thread it down through into the hole, and then we've threaded down the nipple on that to get it out, and then we could put the screw in. So the fuel tank's ready to go now. Now we've got to go outside and connect the filter, the pump, and the exhaust pipe. Alright guys, that's the fuel tank. It's just screwed in there for the time being, straight in here. We're going, when come to do the container, I'm going to have to fill the holes up anyway, so it's just holding there. Now we've got to connect it through here to the filter and then to the pump, and then we can connect it straight into the heater itself. Okay, so what I've done is I've just hooked up the muffler to the bracket, which I've just screwed into the beam here. I've had to pre-drill the hole so it didn't wreck the screw. And I just used some rice oil to keep it cool when I was drilling, so I didn't wear my drill out. But that's all ready to go now, so we're getting closer. So I'm just going to connect the ducting now to the heater and also the vent. We've got two big clips to hold them together. And this is just going to sit free for the time being. It's just coming straight out and in here just to heat this room up. Alright, so now we've got it mounted, we've got it going through the fuel filter onto the pump with the 15 degrees facing up, and then back down into the heater. We've got our exhaust connected, our air filter connected. We go inside and connect the panel up, and then we can connect the battery and put some petrol, some diesel in it, and we can give it a test. Alright, we turned it on and got it working, and it was blowing out hot air, and we've just turned it back off to make sure it turns off okay. But it seems to be working good. We'll try it tonight when it gets cold again and see how it goes. Well, good lunchtime. It's nearly lunchtime. It's about, I guess 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks since we filmed the last bit of us finishing and testing the new diesel heater. You can see the tank behind me there, full. And we've had some really cold mornings and nights, and it's been working perfectly. However, we did have one problem. If we have a look behind me, just here, we've got the fuel filter, and also on the other side, just here, we have the fuel pump. One morning it was so cold, it was like -4 or something here, and I clicked on the remote from the bus and Carolyn went into the container about half an hour later and it wasn't working. Usually we can hear a click from the bus of the fuel filter going, but she didn't check in the morning, and so when she got out here it wasn't working. So basically what it was is basically what had happened is this had got too cold and it wasn't pumping the diesel through, so I assumed the diesel had gone to a bit jelly-like and wasn't working. So what I did is I got the hairdryer out and I went around that filter or the pump with the hairdryer to warm it up. Once I warmed it up and turned it on, it worked fine. So what I did from there is I had some of that insulation for going over pipe, and I've just cut it and put it around there on the fuel pump and also the fuel filter. And since then, even with the cold mornings, it's been working really well. So everything's going well, and mind you, now the temperature's got a bit warmer. We haven't been using it the last couple of days, but it was great to have it, and we've still got it there if it gets still cold over the next couple of weeks. A big thank you to Darren, who you saw in some of the video, for helping me out with some of the electrical stuff, and he also threaded the nipple for the fuel line through the tank and got that working for me. So thank you very much, Darren, for your help. It was very much appreciated, and Carolyn is enjoying the warmer weather in the container of the cold mornings. So anyway guys, that's it for this week. Once again, we thank you for watching our videos. You would have noticed now that our name has changed to Off Grid is Sweet, so if you see that, that's what it is. And for now, we'll say goodbye and we'll see you in the next video. Alright guys, take care and have a good week. See you later.